From hiking next to an erupting volcano to exploring the Mayan history and culture, in this video I want to take you with me to explore some of the most incredible things to do in Guatemala. In this trip we discovered some hidden and underrated spots, we met with friendly local people and got to try the most delicious food and chocolate. I know it's a very long video, but trust me, it is 100% worth it if you want to get to know one of the gems of Central America. Good morning everyone, we are in Antigua. It is our first day in Guatemala and yesterday evening we arrived at 11 at the airport. We booked a shuttle with the hotel, which I also recommend to you. I recommend you to come to Antigua directly even if you have a very late flight. We are going now to have breakfast and then to Hobbitenango. I think there is a shuttle, Hobbitenango Oficina, it's called on Google Maps. So we will see about that and the hours and so on. So far the buildings are starting to be very pretty, very colorful, but the road is so bad with cobblestone. Like, I really recommend you to not come with a stroller because that would be very hard for you. So we are going to a place called AM Breakfast, which is really next to or inside the Hobbitenango Oficina where we will go. So it's in the exact same spot. We turned on the street where this breakfast place is, and this street is so pretty. Like a lot of trees, green, and places for us to walk. The city so far seems very pretty, so I really like it. So as you can see right now in the video, not everywhere you will have to deal with very bad cobblestone, but anyways I still recommend you to get very comfortable shoes and not get a stroller to avoid the difficulties. And this city was so beautiful, as you can see. I loved it so much. And now we have arrived at the place for breakfast, and this orange juice was so good. It was with orange and passion fruit, and also this breakfast was amazing, so I really recommend you this place. We came to Hobbitenango by Uber in the end because we didn't have enough time to get the shuttle, and sadly it left us like 1 kilometer away from Hobbitenango, and we have to climb a very steep hill for 1 kilometer, and it's so hot outside, and I'm regretting a lot not taking the shuttle, but you can avoid this situation and you can take the shuttle instead of doing it on your own. So this hill was so much worse in real life than it seems in the video, but anyways, as you will find out later, there is a free bus that goes to the top of the hill, and the frustrating part was that we asked a lot of people at the bottom of the hill for help and they didn't answer, or they said that they don't know, which is weird because the bus comes very often. I keep seeing a truck that carries people, and I'm thinking maybe there is a free shuttle from the bottom of the hill to here, which we could have picked, I don't know. Hopefully it will be nice from now on. I'm tired. So after a lot of climbing, we have finally arrived, and this place was huge and it was so nice with music from The Hobbit. You can buy the tickets at the entrance, and there we asked about the shuttle and they said that it included the price, so don't make the same mistake as us. So there is a shuttle that's included in the price, in the 50 quintzales price. You can get it from the bottom, you don't have to climb as we did, which is frustrating to learn but also great because I can let you know that you don't have to climb all of that. So it's so pretty around here. Honestly, I think we can easily spend a few hours here, like easily. There are a lot of activities included in the price and it's very, very nice. So I recommend you to come here in the morning so that you can have enough time to do everything you want to do. So obviously this place was a way smaller version of the one in New Zealand, which we will also explore very soon. So if you want to see also a vlog and multiple tips about the one in New Zealand, make sure you subscribe me, because in a few months I will also post that vlog and I hope it will be very, very nice. But in the meantime, let's admire this one from Guatemala. We went to the giant hand, the famous one. It's a little bit hard to find, but if you walk around here you will probably find it. You have to go to the right as much as possible after entering Hobbitenango. Anyways, it is so pretty here, and I didn't stay long in the queue. I think I stayed for around 15 minutes, so it's totally worth it. There's a guy that takes photos, and he's so good at taking photos, really. So now let's go to the fun part and try one of their activities and see how that goes.
I'll be 22. I'll be 22 is 7.
Don't go to the arrow. Take with 3 or 2 fingers, just the rope. Okay. All the way back. One more.
Yeah, I would find her.
Here. Left is right. To go in angle. Give me one. Don't touch the arrow. You can take with 3 or 2 fingers, just the rope.
I never saw a bow.
More back, pull more back, and release.
As I've already told you, there are so many photo opportunities all around this place. As you can see behind me, there are a lot of activities here, and they are all included in the price, which is very cool. The food and drinks and souvenirs, they are not included, but it is really very pretty here. Like, look at the view, and it's still a little bit foggy. We can't fully see the volcanoes, but it is very nice, and you have a lot of photo spots. So if you're a photographer or you want your Instagram photos and so on, you will have a lot of places for that here. And I think we will just walk around, maybe go on this swing because it looks fun, and maybe get a drink or something. So this one here is most definitely the most exciting activity around here, and I think it's for people that are not scared of heights, but it's still very fun. And another really fun part of this is watching other people do it, because everybody or most of the people have very funny screams. Like, for example, I had a very short scream, and there were some ladies that were laughing at me for my scream, and then Mike did it, and he had an even funnier one. I won't post it here because it was pretty funny, but if you don't want to do it, you can stay here and see other people do it. It's pretty fun, and you will stay in the air for, I think, 1 minute or 2, and that is also really nice because you get to admire the view. But be aware that a lot of people will be watching you, especially if you had any type of sound or scream at the beginning. You will attract a lot of attention, but it's really fun, and I am generally a person that is more scared of things, but still I would do it again even now because it felt really safe and fun. So I suggest you to do it if you are not very anxious of heights. And right now on the screen you can see Mike, and he was not expecting to be dropped at that moment when I was filming him because he was watching me, so that was pretty funny. So we can't see anywhere Acatenango, and we figured that it is actually that giant over there that is not visible. It's behind the clouds, and we don't even see how huge this volcano is. So if you want to avoid the crowds, there are a lot of places like this one in the video where you can chill, admire the view, and there is nobody around you, so that is pretty nice if you want to stay alone in nature here. We are next to hobbit houses, and I honestly wonder if we are just, I don't know, allowed to enter randomly? Maybe? No, it's closed, okay. Sorry. So unfortunately, most of the houses here are not accessible from the inside, but we eventually managed to find one where we could go inside, and that was cool. Let's try this one, maybe it's open.
Amiga. They're not allowed in here.
Hi, Mike.
Hi.
Bye, Mike. We're in a hobbit house. It is much bigger than expected, right, Mike?
It's because it's a fake hobbit house.
Ah, look at this details. So now that we are at the end of the video, I want to tell you that going back to the city was also a mess because the internet did not work for us and the bus was full to go to the city. So fortunately, one local person had internet there and it worked for him. So he gave us some internet and we managed to get an Uber. And now in the video, you can see the free shuttle that goes down the hill that we should have taken. So we are now walking to Altamira. We got some water for 5 quintzales. I'm not sure if that is a little bit overpriced or not because we are tourists, but we don't care. It's still a pretty decent price. To Altamira, I think there is no shuttle this time. I think we have to walk, but it's not as much as to Hobbitenango. But remember, there is a shuttle included in the ticket price to Hobbitenango, and we were a little bit stupid because we didn't know about that. So don't make the same mistake as us. There are a lot of signs with Altamira, so we probably won't get lost. Hopefully. Hello, Mike. There were some souvenir shop behind and some images of Altamira and more signs, so we are surely on the right path. Honestly, it was really weird that we were the only tourists on this road because from what I've read online, Altamira is pretty touristic. So this is the first attraction in Altamira and you can see here, but it's in Spanish. So about Altamira, what I really remember is that at the beginning when we walked around here, we were like, oh, and that's it, because it seemed so small compared to Hobbitenango. And then when we kept going, it just was never stopping. We had to descend a lot at some point, and this place was even bigger than Hobbitenango. And look at this cool activity. One cool thing you can do here in Altamira is go on this road, or what it's called, with a bicycle. So we saw some people do it and it looks very, very cool. I'm not sure if you'll do it, but probably yes, it seems very fun. And also it is not crowded at all around here, which is surprising. You can see it is literally empty behind me at the entrance, which is a big bonus. The bridge of the people that are in love, and there are a lot of flocks, but we don't have one. And there's another hand. There's a cute golden heart. So in the end we chose not to go with the bicycle because, as you can see right now on the screen, it was $10, so that was a bit overpriced for us. But if you're not on a budget and you are not scared, then you should go because it looks really safe and fun. And right now we are still going and exploring this huge place. Here are the stairs that I was talking about earlier. You can go so much from here, and one thing that I really love about this place is that it's very, very creative. So for example, if you are a person that appreciates art and creative places, this one is for you and you should really come here. It's very close to Hobbitenango and that is also a big bonus. So if you come with an Uber or shuttle, you can go to both of them in the same day, and the entrance is not that expensive, so it's really worth it. So as you can see in my videos, I'm showing you around everything that I'm seeing, and it's a lot. You have so many places for nice photos, and there are just so many interesting small things everywhere. You have to pay attention and look in the trees, look around you. There are a lot of places for kids too, and one really interesting thing is that you can even stay overnight here in some cute houses that I will show in one moment. And I don't know how expensive they are, but it's really nice that you can literally sleep in this touristic attraction, and the views here are so beautiful and it's so peaceful. There seems to be something destroyed there. I hope it's not that airplane. I saw it on the pictures. I'm confused. I don't know what it was here. Hi, Mike. Hi. We're going to the Hand of Gold and someone giant. So this is what I meant when I said that this place is so creative. So this is literally a giant made out of wood, and you can go inside one arm and then sit on the palm. So this is really nice. This is a giant Jeffrey, apparently. You can see its leg, and this is one arm. It's pretty cool. And basically I went inside his arm. Very nice. This is a giant Jeffrey, I think it was called, but from another angle. It is huge. Look just at this foot. So other than the creativity, another thing is that this is a paradise for photographers. So if you like taking pictures or you are active on social media, this is a really nice place. Anyways, we found an airplane here, which is carried by another wood giant. So this is so funny. Oops. So this plane was above my expectations by a lot, because I really expected it to be made out of wood like the other big statues, but it was real, so that was really nice. We are seeing a real plane here, which was not expected, next to this giant, I forgot his name, Joe maybe. And it's pretty cool, but you can also see on the inside, right? That's pretty interesting. So after coming back to Antigua, we went straight to the supermarket to get ready for Acatenango, and make sure you subscribe in order to not miss that amazing vlog. We are now getting dinner at 5 or 4 p.m. because we don't want to go out too late in the evening. And we are at a place called Tocoyal with Mexican food, and I hope it will be good because we love Mexican food. So it was so hard to decide because they have so many good things in the menu. I hope it will be good. If it's good, we will for sure be back because this menu is gold. So this is gringas, and this is burrote, which is a big burrito. It looks amazing. Hi everyone, in this video I will show what we did in one day in the beautiful city of Antigua, Guatemala. And here you can see one of the most famous churches, and then the Fuego volcano erupting, which was an insane view. As you can see, we had a guided tour. This was actually a free tour, but obviously you should leave some tips at the end because the guide was very good, knowledgeable, and you get to learn a lot of things about the city. And he got us to one of the most beautiful Starbucks in the world, which was so beautiful. You can see there is art on the walls, and there are a lot of plants, and really it's so cozy here. I don't usually drink from Starbucks, but I would for sure grab some drink here and stay on my laptop because it was so nice. Now you can see the Central Park in Antigua where a lot of tours meet, and then the famous cathedral in the city where we also went inside and we explored it. It was really nice, and I recommend you to also go inside. And there are some ruins here that you can explore. Sorry if you're hearing the meows of my cat in the background. Anyways, we went to Cafe for breakfast, and I recommend this place. It was really nice. And after that, we went to get a guided tour of chocolate at ChocoMuseum. So at the beginning, we just read all the info here on the walls, and I recommend you to pause this video and read everything because it's a lot of very interesting information. And then we got the tour, which was basically a tour on how to make your own chocolate bar. And in the meantime, they also explained a lot of things about cacao, and I really recommend you to take this tour because it was really interesting.
In this class, you're molding your chocolate bar with different toppings or ingredients. You will learn about the cacao tree and the process for to make cacao cakes. Our processes are 5: fermentation, drying, roasting, peeling, and grinding. In the class 2, you make 3 of these processes. Finally, together, we make 3 drinks You will know the history of the drinks and cheers with me. Our class is for 2 hours. It says 3 bars, but please make 1 bar each. Not 2, not 3. 1 bar each. Our topics. Please, if someone of you have any other M&Ms and marshmallows. For among your chocolate bars, we don't have, we have a rule, sorry, that is pour all the chocolate first. Then you can put your toppings, whatever you want. It's your own chocolate bar, you can do whatever you want.
I really loved this process because it was so interesting to be able to use so many different spices and toppings, and then you will get this chocolate bar with you at home after you leave this tour, and you get to eat and see what you created. Let's say it was a pretty interesting experience because I've never eaten anything similar, but it was still so good, and at the end of the day it was created by me.
The people say it's the best cacao of the world. These cacao are tiny. When you open the fruit are aromatic and the flavor are intense. It's bitter inside. This cacao exists 2 countries that are so popular because the people say that countries have the best chocolates of the world. You know what countries we are talking about? No, Colombia? Venezuela and Central America. The quality of this one are medium. What is our cacao? The quality is medium when you compare with the Creole cacao. The last type is Trinidad cacao. The name of this cacao comes from Trinidad and Tobago. This cacao is a hybrid because it's the mix of 2 seeds. These seeds are Creole and upside. And this is a real fruit.
So as you can see in this tour, not only we made our own chocolate bar, but you also get to learn and experience so many different things about cacao. So that was really nice, and I feel like this tour is so much worth it.
Here in ChocoMuseum for a roasted, we use this comal because they're easier and faster for us roasted our beans. We need to put our beans that was fermenting and dry. And I need your help because everybody, please don't be shy. You need to pass and you need to move the beans. Just move your beans. And you can tell us something about yourself. Introduce yourself now. For example, these are examples, are not necessary answer all of them. You can share your name or where are you from, for how long do you been in Guatemala or in Antigua, like 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, I don't know. Or if you think that you can take the 10 minutes for all of you, it's fine, no worries. Yes, it's fine, no worries. You, these are for you, for you, for you, and for you. Gracias. I think so. We have a drink that our base are milk. Everybody can drink milk. Yes, no.
So basically what you are seeing right now on the screen was a competition between multiple teams that our guide made. So it was one person that we chose from our group to be the fastest among all to do what you are seeing right now in the video, and that was very fun, and at some point he was so fast.
3, 2, 2.5, 1. Everybody hands up. Thank you.
Y'all drink that sacrifice with me, okay?
Are you ready?
That's chocolate.
So right now I have a curiosity. Basically we went back to the Arco de Santa Catalina and we saw a lot of people painting with what seems to be spices. So do you know what that was? Because I am really curious. Anyways, we then went for some dessert where we saw the Fuego volcano erupting again, which was really nice.
Good morning everyone and welcome to the Acatenango vlog. Right now it's 7 a.m. We woke up at 6:30. We are doing the hike with Wicho and Charlie. I hope it will be good. I've heard that they are among the best or even the best tour company there is. We booked 2 or 3 months in advance, but you don't need to book that much in advance. I would recommend at least 2 or 3 weeks. Anyways, we're going to their office to rent some stuff and get breakfast. I hope it will be okay. It is very cold outside right now. I hope we won't be too cold. Up there we have more clothes in our backpacks. We got 4 liters per person, a lot of snacks with sugar so that you can fuel your body. I don't know how it's pronounced, I'm sorry. And the sky is very clear today, which is very good. And I think we are seeing Acatenango too. Wow.
So we started the day with an amazing view of Fuego and Acatenango, and that was awesome. And then we arrived at Wicho's and Charlie's, where we received a free juice, like an immunity booster, energy booster, and then we rented everything that we needed. So I really recommend you to arrive there as early as possible if you need to rent things, because they don't have enough for everybody. I mean, they have a lot of things, but not as many as the number of people that are on the tour, and some things will get emptied out, let's say. But if you don't want to rent anything, you can arrive even a little bit later, because you will wait there for, I think, 1 hour minimum, as you are preparing your lunch, leaving your bag and renting things and so on. Anyways, we then proceeded to get on a pretty long road trip. I think it was also more than 1 hour, but it was really relaxing and we enjoyed some views.
We have arrived in the first place where the bus left us, and we will wait a little bit here. The bathrooms are paid. It's just 5 quintzales, so it's okay. And I don't know for how long we'll wait, probably some minutes. Then we will get our backpack and go on the first part of the trail, which, from what I've heard, it's also the most difficult by far.
76, that is the highest point that we have to do. Normally we do that tomorrow in the morning for sunrise. Today in the evening we will have the option to go to the Volcano Fuego, but it's up.
So my biggest and most important tip for you to make this trip easier and more enjoyable is to know before what to expect. And by this I mean that you should know that the first part of this hike is the hardest, and I read everywhere that until the official entrance to the park it is really the hardest part. So I started hiking with this thought in mind that I have to be very, very strong at the beginning, and until the entrance I will not even think about how hard it is. And that helped a lot because I was handling it so well until the entrance, and then it got a bit harder.
We made our first stop at 140 meters. It seems hard, it is pretty hard, but it's not as bad as expected. I think we will now split in groups, but the first 500 meters of climbing in altitude is the hardest. I have reached a very pretty view around here, and now we're going. We're at 200 meters altitude right now. I see some people climbing over there. I don't know why.
So a weird thing here, you can see that gate. So basically that is from a private land, and I got myself injured on my hand, and another person got injured even worse than me on their leg, so be careful there to make sure you don't fall.
So we climbed almost 400 meters and it's incredibly slippery around here. You should get hiking shoes, because even right now as I'm filming, I'm sleeping. You can hear Mike sleeping, and it's much harder if you're sleeping like this. The poles here don't help anymore because ground is hard. The hike is okay. It is not that bad. We are now reaching the entrance, I think, or we're close to it. Nice. Look at my shoes. Oh my. Poor shoes. Look at Mike. Mike! How are you? Great. So here we decided to take a break and also get a snack because everybody was taking a break around here. We are right now inside the forest. I hope I'm not slipping on camera because it is really slippery here. I won't look at the phone. What?
And you started to film,
Yeah, and I started to film. It's slippery everywhere, so I want to show you a little bit of the hike. I'm trying to film as much as possible for you. As you can see, here it's an easier part. Like here it's literally almost flat. I'm not that tired, but the problem is that I'm slippering a lot. Like it's much harder because of the shoes than the climbing part. The climbing part is really okay, and we are left behind because I'm slippering, I don't know what it's called, like crazy, and this is why I'm going slow. The hike is nice. Right now we are covered by trees. We are between the entrance and the lunch part, which is pretty easy. I think we'll climb for 300 meters around here.
Honestly, one important thing about being in the forest was the fact that we were covered from the sun and we got burned pretty badly on the face. So don't forget your sunscreen if you want to go hike Acatenango.
As you can see from how I'm speaking, I'm more tired this time. We have been climbing for 300 meters in altitude without a break. I'm not sure when we'll have a break. I think soon, because we've been climbing for a lot of time now, and probably this time we will have lunch. This part of the trail isn't as bad as the first one, but I think the altitude problems starts to kick in. I feel like I don't have a lot of oxygen, but it's okay. My head doesn't hurt or anything like that, so we are pretty good. There are some flat portions like this one, as you can see. Hello, Mike. How are you? Good.
So at this point we finally reached the lunch break spot, and that was amazing. We ate the pasta they prepared for us and it was so tasty, and we finally caught up with the first group, which was the fastest, and we took a shorter break to continue with them.
We have around 300 more meters until base camp, and as you can see, there are a lot of small rocks here, like sandy, but at the same time it's not that much of climbing. It's also bit, but not as bad as at the beginning. We are pretty good, right, Mike? Mike doesn't want to give me the backpack. Like, I carried it for I think half an hour and he carried it for more than 1 hour and a half, which is not fair, but thank you, Mike. And it's not even all the things we have. 5 liters of water we have in the other backpack that is being carried by a truck from Wicha and Charlie's, so they are very cool for that. I don't know if other companies do that, but if they don't, I really recommend this company. And I think we don't have a lot more to climb, or at least it is not that much more difficult. So here we have a very nice view. I think there is Fuego. I'm breathing so hard. And there is the first group of our group, and we are here waiting a little bit, enjoying this beautiful view. Look at my shoes. They're great. They're almost white. Hi, Mike. His backpack was 13 kilograms. Now it has 11 because I am carrying 2 more liters of water.
A lot of trips together. Yeah, great fun.
Wow, that sounds like an amazing friendship.
Yeah. So I'm used.
So we're having a flat part. It's not really fully flat, but it's decent, as you can see. And for this flat part, we'll walk 40 minutes and then 20 more minutes we'll go up on a steep incline. But the good part is that we have an amazing view of this volcano, I think it's Volcano de Agua, but I'm not sure. I will look it up and leave on the screen. Anyways, you can see some of the group in front, and we are over here, and we're good. It's been 3 hours and something, so we are good. So if everything goes the same way from now on, we will complete it in 4 hours and a half, almost like 4 hours 15 minutes, which I think it's a pretty good time.
So at this moment we were all so tired, but I got some chocolate and we all shared it and we were so happy.
The last 20 minutes of the hike, it's pretty steep, but it's doable, and we have an amazing view of the clouds and that volcano. Wow.
Honestly, being like that above the clouds was an amazing feeling, like being on the top of the world.
I think we are finally seeing Acatenango Fuego on the left side, but I'm not sure. This is really steep. You have to be very careful not to sleep, because you are going down if you sleep around here, as you can see. Wow. We have arrived. Wow. We have arrived and we are already seeing an eruption. Wow. Look at that. Wow.
So what I loved about Wicho and Charlie's is that they have packages for the dogs here on Acatenango that are hiking with you just for fun, and they offer them for free. You just have to carry them up the volcano and give it to them.
So here is where I will sleep, and here is where Mike will sleep. And this is pretty nice. Like, this is the place and the view. We will wake up to this. So it's pretty cool.
Oh, sorry.
Right now I'm just showing you the beautiful views of the Fuego volcano, and even though you see an eruption right now on the screen, you will only see the lava during the evening. So I will also show you some videos later on about how we saw the eruption with lava, which was incredible. So during the day you will see no lava. But anyways, I have one curiosity, honestly. The volcano erupted a lot of times when we were there. I mean, once every 15 minutes, maybe sometimes even once every 10 minutes, and there were some big eruptions. So is this normal? Is this happening always? If you know, leave it down in the comments. I am really curious.
We are now doing the sunset hike, and the first part is steep. As you can see, very steep. And then climbing over there, and then it should be flat. Oh my gosh.
So after relaxing a little bit there, after arriving at the base camp, we proceeded to go to the sunset hike, which cost a little bit, but I will talk later in the video about the price and how it went and more details, so stick around to find out more. Anyways, as you can see right now in the video, this spot was incredible. I'm not sure if every company offers this sunset hike. It was not expensive, but maybe there are some guides that don't offer it at all, so you can ask the company which you choose if they have a sunset hike or not, because I feel like it's really worth it. From the base camp it was not that beautiful. You can see another big eruption, and even if it's sunset time, we are still not seeing lava, but you will see it in a few seconds, because I have such an incredible film of the eruption that it's actually insane. You can also see the little lights. Those are people hiking Fuego, but we did not do it because, as you will soon see, the eruption, look at it now. I mean, it goes so close to those people, and I was really scared of doing that, but I feel like their view of the lava is really insane. But we were also tired, and it was also pretty expensive, so we chose not to do it. Also, you should know that Fuego is way more difficult than Acatenango.
Santa was to clean our hands, and this is
We
dinner.
only got like showering things.
And this is Mike's dinner. Hello, Mike. Are you happy? We are now inside our room. The light comes from Mike's phone. I haven't filmed a lot because we were just enjoying everything. We went on a half an hour hike to see the sunset. It was 100 quetzales per person, which is around $10, $12, something like that. And it started to be cold now. We are seeing a lot of eruptions and big ones. I don't have them filmed because 2 of them were when coming back from a sunset hike, 2 of them were when eating, 1 of them was now when we were changing, but a lot of them, like minimum 7, and it's just 8 p.m. So like there are a lot of them. I'm not sure if it's always the case, but we are lucky. It's very nice. We are seeing also the city. There are no clouds, which is so nice. I really recommend you to come here. My head hurts a little bit, I think because of the altitude. Mike felt pretty sick around 2 hours ago or 3 hours ago, but now he is feeling better. So the altitude is no joke. Like, we were born close to mountains, like not this high, but close to mountains, and still we get affected by the altitude. So you should take this seriously and get some pills, like for example altitude sickness pills if there are any, pain pills. Now we will go out and enjoy the eruptions because they are very huge and beautiful.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the most difficult and insanely beautiful hike of my life, which was the sunrise summit to Acatenango. Here was how we were preparing when we woke up, I think at 4 a.m. Here we were stopping for snacks, but we did so many breaks, and not only us, but half of our group. It was so incredibly difficult because of the altitude. I felt like I did not have enough oxygen and I could not breathe properly. Now you could see a little bit of the insanely beautiful view we had, and that was so nice, but I couldn't film very well because I did not want to stop there.
We are doing the summit hike. I don't know if you see me, but it's really hard, really tough. 300 meters of climbing, but it feels like much harder than the first 500 of the yesterday's hike. I think we're almost there, like 100 something more meters to climb, which is good, but it's really hard.
I was really surprised that the dogs were able to hike with us so easily. It looked like they were really bored, so they came with us. Anyways, right now you could see how beautiful the view was. So I'm telling you, everything that I'm filming here is not modified. I haven't changed anything in these videos, and it's just the raw beauty of this place, which was insane, like from another world, honestly.
We are on the top now. As you can see, I look like a mess. Don't mind that. It's very cold. And we are seeing a 360 view, an amazing view of everything. This hike was definitely so worth it, but it was so hard and it's so cold.
So right now I have some very important tips for you and information. First of all, I was freezing cold the entire night. I mean, it was as if there were like minus 20 degrees outside. I don't know if it's because of the oxygen or something. There were around 0 degrees, but I had like 3 jackets on me and 3 shirts, and I was freezing like so much. I was even scared for my safety. That was how I was feeling. So get a lot of warm clothing to avoid this. And then the second thing is that you should wear sunscreen. And the third very important tip is that you should get a mask or something to put over your mouth, because all this volcano sand is not good for your lungs and it will get very uncomfortable. Other than that, I have a video prepared for you with a lot of very important tips that you should know before hiking, so make sure you subscribe in order not to miss that video.
So we are leaving now. Here's the firewood. Here is an explosion right now. I don't know if you heard it on camera. it was really loud and nice. Look at it. It's so sad that we don't see lava now because it's during day. But anyways, we are starting to descend now, so hopefully it will be easy. Sorry if I look like a mess, but I want to film a little bit more. Right now we stopped to leave our luggage. We did 2 kilometers. We have around 5 and something kilometers more, and this one that we descended now, it is really the easiest one, like even to descend, even to climb. So the last 2 kilometers are pretty easy to the base camp, and now I think we're starting to go down, and it will get harder and harder as we go down. So 5 and something kilometers of hard work. Also, one more tip: if you can get a mask like that white F95, I think, mask or something like that, you should definitely bring it because there's a lot of dust. So your lungs, I think, will probably thank you, and maybe, I don't know, your body in general. Everyone, so we are back home. As you can see, my cheeks are burned because we didn't use a lot of sunscreen. So tip number 1, use sunscreen. I want to tell you about some things that I may have left out during the trail, the hiking, not the trail. There's the Fuego hike, but honestly, like, people said it was worth it, but we were staying there after sunset, just enjoying ourselves, chilling, talking, seeing Fuego erupt, and we were so incredibly tired. And seeing the people up there, I began to feel also tired for them, because I could not imagine having to do another more than 2-hour hike back up on Acatenango at 8 p.m. One thing is that most of our group that went to Fuego, they didn't go in the morning for sunrise to the summit of Acatenango, so just choose which one you will like the most, because, for example, we did the sunrise hike and it was very hard, as I probably mentioned already a lot of times. It was I think the most difficult part of the entire trail in Acatenango. So just make sure you decide right what you want to do, and then just make sure you get enough water. We got 4.5 liters each and we finished it all. I mean, 1 liter we used for cooking, so 3.5 liters, but we finished it until we got home, so that was insane. Another tip is that you should get warm clothes, a lot of them, because even though during the day it's very, very hot, during the night it's so cold. I could not sleep because of how cold it was, and we were inside a very nice cabin and I was freezing, and I had 3 layers on me, so I got a 4th one and I was able to fall asleep. So it's insanely cold and windy, especially for the sunrise hike. It's so cold and windy, so be prepared. Get a lot of very warm clothes. The biggest tip I can give you is that you should have hiking shoes. I slipped the entire hiking. I think that more than 30% difficulty would be erased from my experience if I had good hiking shoes. I was among the people that slipped the most because I had just regular shoes and they were still good. They never caused me trouble, but this time it was so hard for me to also climb and also descend in slippery places, which is 40% of the hiking. So just bring or rent hiking shoes. This is absolutely the biggest tip I recommend. Also, I would also recommend to hire a porter or to go with a company like the one we chose that will get your bags up. For example, our company got our bags up by car 80% of the trail, which was very nice. Not all our things, but most of the warm clothes and 5 liters of water together, 2.5 each. That was amazing, because I don't know how we would have done that hike with 10 kilograms in our backpacks each, because this is around how much it weighed, both backpacks. That would have been bad. Also, make sure you don't go with any company that uses animals, for example horses, because
I don't think they are treated well. So if you can, go and do the hiking yourself and hire a porter. Don't choose horses for hikes like this. It's so hard. Also, you can bring some food for dogs. There are a lot of friendly dogs on Acatenango and they are very happy to receive some food. Other than that, I think no advice comes to my mind right now. It was amazing. It was totally worth it. Also, use sunscreen. I think I mentioned it at the beginning. Even though you don't feel the sun because you are tired, it is going to burn you very much. And I think that's it. Also, the last tip for today is that you should definitely have hiking poles. They help so incredibly much. It's my first time using them and I've used them for I think 90% of the trail, and they've helped me a lot not to hurt myself, not to slip, and also helped me climb easier. So definitely I recommend that. And I think that is all for now. I don't have any other tips. I will leave it on the video when I will think about more, or maybe I will film again. And yep. In this video, we are going to explore Lake Atitlan in an amazing one-day tour that we took with Voyager Tours. This is not an ad, my channel is not big enough for that, but anyways, I really recommend you to go with them if you don't have enough time to stay overnight in Lake Atitlan and still you want to get a taste of this beautiful place and also spiritual, as you probably already know. Anyways, we paid $90 per person, which I think was really acceptable because we had a guide almost the entire time with us, and also this price also included the bus ride that you can see right now on the screen, and also all the boat rides that we took, which were like 4 or 5 boat rides. And at the beginning, we started with a breakfast place. It was pretty good, not the best, not the worst, and that one was paid by us. It was not included, but I loved that we had such a beautiful view of the lake. That was a great start of this tour. And then after you enjoy your breakfast, I think it's a 30-minute stop to eat, you will go with your guide and the other people from your tour to the port here, and from here you will have a 30 minutes I think ride to San Juan La Laguna, which was I think my favorite in this entire day. So if I come back to Guatemala, I will make sure to stay longer here. In general, I really recommend you to stay overnight at Lake Atitlan and not go like us for one day only, because it is very nice around here. We met some people that stayed here in these places for months and they said that it was amazing and they had so many things to do and it was such a relaxing place, and you can also meet a lot of other people and travelers and so on. So if you have enough time, make sure you stay as much time as you can at Lake Atitlan. We couldn't do it because we did not have enough time. We were only for 7 days in Guatemala, and we also climbed Acatenango. If you want to see the vlogs of Acatenango, go check them out because they were really incredible. But anyways, right now on the screen you can see how beautiful the boat ride was, but as you can see now, it was pretty cold at some point because it was super windy and the wind was pretty cold, and it was February, which was supposed to be pretty warm, I think, if I'm not wrong. So make sure you pack warm clothing, get a warm jacket, a warm shirt. Even though it's a daytime tour, it can get cold on the boat. Anyways, we really loved this boat ride. We got to enjoy watching some small towns on the mountains and some other boats passing by. And after this beautiful boat ride, we finally arrived at San Juan La Laguna, where at the beginning we explored some places with souvenirs, as you will soon see, but we were able to do some shopping at the end before going to the next stop, because at the beginning we had to stay with our guide because that was in the plan. our guide took us to different tours and some very interesting places which you will soon see. Anyways, if you're enjoying this video, please don't forget to like it and also to subscribe. That would help me a lot. And right now you could see our tour, which was pretty small, and I also liked this. We could all sit in a circle and hear everything without feeling too crowded, and this was during high season, so that was great. Anyways, the first place we visited was a chocolate shop where we could hear a lot of things about chocolate and about the cacao, and we also could buy some very affordable and super good chocolate, and I really recommend you to do that if you come here.
The alcohol in 36%. If you eat 12 to 15 seeds, it's like one tequila shot. You'll be happy. Wanna try the seeds with alcohol? Yeah? Okay.
Right now you can see a demonstration of a traditional way of making chocolate. Basically this tool is called a metate. I don't know if it's pronounced like this. And it's a way of manually grinding the cacao beans into chocolate, and we could see a live presentation right now.
Taste the chocolate for you make tortillas or disc. Their disc for you make the hot chocolate. For you make the bars, the pure paste. For you find the 2 days more in different parts than the sugar.
After we were done with the chocolate tour, we started walking around in the most famous places. For example, right now you can see on the screen the famous Calle de las Sombrillas. I hope I'm spelling it right. Anyways, we spent a little bit of time here taking some videos, pictures. Most of the time it was super full of people, but it was still very nice and very colorful, and we also got a very pretty view of the lake around here.
20 days and 18 months in the Mayan culture. It has us 360 days in the Mayan culture. The 5 is the rest. Actually, only spiritual guide or shaman using the Mayan calendar. The color of the corn.
In the Mayan culture, the corn is very important, and they eat 3 types. This is the face looking up. This is the nose, eyes.
It's the famous Mayan face. In all Guatemala, it was in 1976, collapsed all the churches in all Guatemala. In Antigua, there are many churches are collapsed.
After we were told a lot of details about this famous church here in San Juan La Laguna, we were able to go in and see everything from inside. It was also under construction, so we did not stay for too long. And then we proceeded to still walk again around the city, and we saw a lot of very colorful streets and artwork. Anyways, next we went to Casa del Tejido to get a cotton tour, which was really interesting, and I did not know that we are going to do that, so that was a good surprise.
If you look here, the cotton is still connected and we have that thread.
And it doesn't broken?
Sorry?
It doesn't broken?
Yeah, but just only to connect it. Yeah. In this process, we can make different textures of the thread, but it depends for which product we want to make. Of the thread, because for the part of the thread, help to easy in the urdidora. This is the urdidora. In the urdidora, we can make different colors, different patterns, and different sizes of the product. For example, if you want to make the scarf, you need a 210 around the thread in this urdidora. And in this process, we have the 2 crossing thread. The 2 crossing thread is very important, and we call the heart of the weaving. For example, for the one scarf, we take 7 days, including for all the process, because for the woman is only to work into free time in the home, 3 or 4 hours per day. The 2 crossing threads we make in the urdidora we have in this process.
This is the first crossing, and this is the second crossing.
So this was basically it for San Juan La Laguna. After this wonderful tour of Cotton, which we really enjoyed, we were heading back to the boat, but first we stopped at some souvenir shop. We got some time to explore these little shops and get some souvenirs for back home. We walked again through the nice places in the center of San Juan La Laguna, and then we were already on the boat to San Pedro La Laguna, where we stayed for less time. We only stayed there for 45 minutes. We had two choices. One was just to sit in a nice place, get some drinks, something to eat, and just relax, look at those very nice paintings on the wall. Anyways, the second choice was to go with a tuk-tuk to the top somewhere, to a viewpoint or something like this. The tuk-tuk was not included, and also they filled up really fast. So if you want to go there, make sure you are fast enough to get the tuk-tuks, and just know that it's an extra charge for that. We decided to just relax and watch people kayak, get some drinks, and just enjoy the vibe in general. After that, we were heading to Santiago Atitlan.
You stay 2 hours, 1 hour for the tour and 1 hour for the lodge. My question is, you wanna tour first or eat first? Or come back to Panajachel?
So the interesting part about this part of the tour is that, as she already mentioned earlier, the first hour was spent with her in a guided tour, and then for the next hour we had a lot of flexibility to explore everything on our own.
60. Panajachel and San Pedro, it has a 16,000 people, and San Juan La Laguna, it has a 12,000 people.
Here you can see one of the oldest churches in Guatemala, which we will explore from the inside too in a few minutes.
Santiago, the 60% the people are Catholic, 30% evangelic, and 10% practice the Mayan. But it's not Mayan. It's the change for the conquest. It was in 1524. For example, here in Santiago, we have a Mayan deity. The Mayan deity, it's a Maximon. The Maximon, the people practice the religion, is give the liquor, cigarette, chocolate. And for example, I am 20, she's 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. Everybody is 20. Why? Any ideas? Picture is 20 for the 20 fingers we have. 5, 10, 15, and 20. 20 in the Mayan language, Tutuhil, we say Hun Nak. Hun is one, Nak is a person. The color red they represent the blood, the tours gives they represent the life continue, around and round. The figures they represent the rainbow, natural and Mayan calendar. 19 years ago, all women use every day because it was part of the traditional costume. But actually, or now only 3 grandmothers use that tocado. You need for the long hair for the process, and that she teach for the process. You wanna take a picture, video, it's okay. 20 barras. 20 barras. It has a 16 meters the longer.
It's like a 6. It's turning.
So first of all, I am not really 100% sure of the pronunciation of this word. Is it spelled Tocoyal? I'm sorry if I'm spelling it wrong. You can let me know down in the comments. Anyways, I really loved seeing this super authentic experience right in front of us. We were basically seeing this very nice local woman adjusting the Tocoyal on her head with super fast speeds, and we were all so impressed. But at the end, it looked like it was falling from her head, and I'm not sure if she meant to do that or if it was by mistake. But anyways, I felt super sorry for her because that looked like a lot of effort and time. But anyways, after seeing that really nice demonstration, we went inside the church, and
It was very interesting to see how it looked like on the inside. We took our time to explore everything from inside and we were not in a rush, which was very nice. I'm showing you some videos I took from the inside, but I did not film too much, just to stay respectful. Anyways, after that we took our time to just explore the streets or at our own pace and look at that traditional way to carry a basket. We also saw that in Southeast Asia. And after that, when going back to Antigua, we went to our favorite restaurant, which was a Mexican super good restaurant. Anyways, at our accommodation we saw a super scary spider, and we saw a scary spider at every accommodation we had in Central America, which was scary and funny. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like it and also to subscribe. I would really appreciate that, and see you in the next videos.